This is artist Kenneth J. Lewis Sr. of KJL Podcast Channel. Thanks for tuning in. Your presence is greatly appreciated. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Also, please remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of this great content. Again, I'm grateful you're here, and much love. Augusta Savage, Sculpting a Legacy of Art, Activism, and Resilience. Step into the world of art where we delve into the legacies of those who have left an indelible mark on culture and society. In this special episode, we take an in-depth look at the extraordinary life and work of Augusta Savage, an iconic sculptor, educator, and civil rights activist who overcame the tremendous obstacles and paved the way for African American artists in the 20th century. Join me today as I guide you through Savage's inspiring journey from her humble beginnings in the segregated South to her influential role in New York's Harlem Renaissance. Learn the powerful story behind her iconic 1939 World's Fair sculpture, the Harp, and how her commitment to teaching helped shape a new generation of Black artists. Augusta Savage's legacy is one of creativity, determination, and lasting impact. This episode is rich with historical insights and thought-provoking moments, celebrating an artist whose work continues to inspire. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more captivating stories from the world of art. Early life and upbringing. Augusta Savage was born on February 29, 1892, in the small town of Green Cove Springs, Florida. Growing up in the segregated South, Augusta, then Augusta Christine Fells, showed an early passion for art. But imagine being a young Black girl in the late 19th century, in a time when racial segregation was firmly entrenched, and the arts were largely seen as a luxury for white people. In her community, creativity wasn't always encouraged. In fact, Augusta's father, a strict Methodist minister, disapproved of her artistic pursuits. He saw sculpture as a form of idolatry and a violation of religious principles. Despite this opposition, young Augusta found ways to express herself. She used the natural clay found in her hometown to create small figures and animals. These early experiences of molding clay from the earth were the roots of a career that would one day take her to the heights of the art world. It's a powerful reminder of how important passion is in an artist's journey. Whether supported or not, the urge to create persists. Moving to New York, the big leap. In 1921, at the age of 29, Augusta Savage made the brave decision to leave Florida and head to New York City. It's worth noting how remarkable this was, especially for a woman of color during that time. New York, as we know, was a melting pot of culture, opportunity, and innovation. But it was also a place where racial barriers were still very much alive. However, the young Savage saw opportunity where others saw limitations. One of her first major breakthroughs came when she was accepted into Cooper Union for the advancement of science and art, a prestigious art school in New York. She was chosen over 142 men to study sculpture, which is a testament to her undeniable talent. Cooper Union offered free tuition, which was critical for Savage, as she did not have financial means to afford an art education otherwise. This moment is so significant in Augusta's life because it reflects her perseverance, but it also reflects how crucial access to education is for artists. For many young artists today, the path is often closed due to financial barriers, and Augusta's story reminds us that talent can only go so far without opportunity, facing racism and rejection. But even as Augusta excelled at Cooper Union, she was not immune to the racism of the time. In 1923, she applied for a summer art program in France, one of the greatest honors for an artist, and was accepted. However, when the selection committee discovered that she was African American, they rescinded her scholarship. This was a crushing blow. Imagine being told that your talent was recognized, but your skin color made you unworthy. It was a moment that could have broken many spirits, but Augusta Savage refused to give up. The Harlem Renaissance. Savage's resilience brought her into the heart of the Harlem Renaissance, a vibrant cultural movement in the 1920s and 30s that celebrated Black identity through music, literature, and art. Harlem became Augusta's home, and she opened her own studio in the neighborhood. It was more than just a workspace. It became a hub for Black artists and intellectuals, a gathering place for the voices shaping this movement. Artists like Langston Hughes, W.E.B. Du Bois, Zora Neale Hurston found themselves in the very walls of her studio. This period was so important, not just for the art it produced, but for the way it created community and solidarity among African Americans. Augusta Savage as an educator. While Augusta was an exceptional artist, one of her most lasting legacies was as a teacher. She didn't just create art, she nurtured future generations of African American artists. In 1932, she opened the Savage Studio of Arts and Crafts, where she taught and mentored young artists, many of whom would go on to make a significant impact themselves. Among her students were some of the most famous Black artists in American history, names like Jacob Lawrence, Norman Lewis, and credited Augusta Savage with inspiring them to pursue their dreams. Savage believed that art should be accessible to everyone, regardless of race or income. She fought for public art programs and even secured positions in the Federal Arts Project during the New Deal era, where she was able to bring art education to underserved communities. Perhaps Augusta Savage's most well-known work was her 1939 sculpture, The Harp, which she created for the New York World's Fair. Inspired by the hymn, Lift Every Voice and Sing, the piece symbolized the aspirations and struggles of African Americans. The sculpture featured 12 stylized Black singers, their bodies forming the strings of a harp, while a young boy knelt in front, holding a sheet of music. Sadly, after the World's Fair ended, the harp was destroyed due to the lack of funds to cast it in bronze or even transport it for preservation. But even though the sculpture no longer exists physically, its legacy endures in photographs and in the hearts of those who understand its profound message. The challenges of being an artist in the Great Depression. The Great Depression was a devastating time for many artists, and Augusta Savage was no exception. Financial struggles weighed heavily on her, and at times she had to abandon her own artistic practice just to survive. She struggled to find support for her work despite her immense talents and contributions to the art world. It's a stark reminder of how vulnerable artists are times of economic hardship and how important public support for the arts really is. Augusta's lasting legacy. Augusta Savage passed away in 1962, but her impact is still felt today. Institutions like the Augusta Savage Gallery at the University of Massachusetts honor her legacy, and her work continues to inspire artists, especially Black artists, navigating the world of art and culture. Her life is a testament to the perseverance, talent, and community. Augusta Savage broke barriers not just with her hands, but with her heart. She gave the world not only her art, but also the many artists she nurtured, who went on to become giants in their own right. Augusta Savage reminds us that art has the power to change not just individual lives, but entire generations. Her story is one of courage, passion, and resilience. I encourage you to learn more about her and support the many artists who, like Savage, continue to break barriers. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe to the KJL podcast channel. And don't forget to visit KJL Art Sanctuary Gallery and Studio at 310 4th Street, Ewing, New Jersey. You'll find a vibrant collection of work by artist Kenneth J. Sr., myself. Until next time, keep creating, keep exploring, and keep lifting every voice. I'm Kenneth J. Sr. signing off. Thanks for tuning in to the KJL podcast channel. I'm artist Kenneth J. Sr., and I truly appreciate your time and support. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget, hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. And as always, keep creating, keep dreaming, and let your imagination lead the way. Until next time.